5G is bringing a myriad of innovative IoT solutions to the world and on the Verizon network. As the number of devices grows exponentially, IoT solution managers need intelligent tools to manage the growth without hiring an exponential number of staff to manage them. ThingSpace is our connectivity management platform for facilitating IoT and M2M connections on our network. Built on top of the ThingSpace connectivity management platform are various services that allow for device connectivity and lifecycle management. These services make it easier to manage these IoT solutions using the various capabilities built into the network. Most recently, we've introduced a set of network analytics features that take advantage of both the ThingSpace services as well as ThingSpace connectivity management. Today, I would like to give you a demonstration on how all of these things work in concert together. In this scenario, let's assume the user manages vending machines and has subscribed to the Anomaly detection service and would like to be proactively alerted to any unusual activity on their account. One of the special features of the Anomaly detection service is that it uses machine learning to create these profiles and rules for various devices and connections on their accounts. When the machine learning service recognizes there is an alert, the user can be proactively notified that there was unusual activity on the account for specific lines. You can click on the provided link to be directed into the ThingSpace portal, and by using the analytics dashboard, you can quickly see what the daily usage has been over the last several days. Here, we can see that it has been recently trending upward over the last few days. Within the analytics dashboard, you can also see those devices that are consuming the most amount of data, which can indicate that these are the devices we will need to further inspect for anomalous behavior. For the sake of clarification, when we say these devices are using the most data, this refers to an analytics feature. Anomaly detection, on the other hand, will report the top anomalous devices. Here's an example. Let's say you have 10 devices on your account. Devices A through D always use the most amount of data. Those devices will show up on devices that use the most data. Now, let's say devices F through I are now transmitting the same amount of data that they normally do, but they are doing so in the morning instead of in the evening. In this scenario, they will show up under top anomalous devices. So, it's very possible that the top usage and most anomalous are not the same device. Once we have identified those devices, we can run a report and see what devices were actually reported, as well as their various anomalies statistics. We can see here that the service recognizes these were over the expected usage. And in fact, this device was abnormally under the expected usage. Again, all of this is done without any substantial rules creation under the hood. The service can create signatures for the various types of devices, and once it creates a baseline of what is expected, it can proactively alert when these are statistically abnormal for the user to investigate. The baselines are based also on time of day patterns. There are 168 hours in a week, and we have anomaly checks for each hour. There are many ways for the user to take this troubleshooting investigation to the next level. One option is to take a look at our wireless network performance service, which is also included in the ThingSpace Intelligence bundle. Within WNP, there are many really valuable features to understand how the device and network is performing. One very useful and quick feature will help you understand what the real-time network coverage actually is. If we know that these devices are experiencing issues, Could this be because the device is trying to retry and connect to the network? Within WNP, we can quickly see where these devices are located on a map overlay, along with the current weather conditions, which could indicate that there was some sort of weather event causing the devices to produce either high or low usage. In this example, we are seeing a green overlay displayed, which indicates that the network is performing as expected, so we can rule out the network as the issue. If we go back to the map, we can see an actual network outage showing. However, since our devices are not in that area, we do not expect any service impact for our devices. So, what else could be the issue? We can take one of the represented devices and click to drill down into the Advanced Diagnostics page. Here we can see the signal strength as well as perform device management services like rebooting the device. Once rebooted, we can check back in at a later time to see if that has remedied the issue. We can also see if there is any new software available. It is possible that these devices might have an out-of-date or faulty firmware or software that is causing the misbehaving experience. Through ThingSpace Software Management, one of the features of intelligence, we can indeed see that there is new software available for these devices. If we click to drill down into the software itself, we can see the release date as well as how many devices are impacted by this particular firmware update. I have an idea that this is perhaps the root cause of the issue. And so to respond, I can create a campaign within ThingSpace Software Management. A few days later, I can check the status of the campaign by navigating to the campaign's page, and we can see that this campaign did in fact complete. So now, to complete the investigation and confirm that this was indeed the issue, we can go back to the analytics dashboard and see that the line is trending back towards the baseline before the event. We can safely conclude that the software update remedied the issue, and we are back to the network and devices performing as expected. Thank you for watching. We have just demonstrated a cross-section of the features included in ThingSpace Intelligence. Check out other tutorial videos for more specific detail on the features showcased here, such as software management, analytics, and wireless network performance.